Hi, hello, welcome back to another video. So today we are doing the final tour of the sketchbook. I've had the sketchbook for a year, April 11th, 2023 to April 19th, 2024, and now we are done. So this is where we left off last time. I kind of do my sketchbook tours in parts, so if you haven't seen the 3 parts before, then maybe you should check those out first, or you can watch this first, whatever you like. And yeah, if you're wondering how this is 3 sections versus this just being 1 section, I messed up really bad. So yeah, this is going to be the longest section ever. The 3 previous sections get progressively longer as I realize that I am mad. So yeah, let's get into this. So we're going to start over here and then work our way to the end. So yeah, I think you can tell by the front how mangled this is that I've definitely had this for a year, but moving on. So this is the first page from where we left off. We left off here last time in part 3, and now we're here. I like to kind of just do these like as I do them so that I can update you guys while I'm doing them. So it's like a bit of like a progress report, but I kind of just like powered through and just did this. So that's why that is. Yeah, these 2 spreads, I don't know, like I feel like it just looks weirdly cohesive, and I don't know, that isn't always my intention like in my spreads, but I don't know, I like it. Also, this quote over here, her heart was the sun but you were a plastic chair, based on a quote, a piece of dialogue from a dream I had, but I guess it's slightly implying that the chair melted and burned, but if you've had one of these like plastic backyard chairs, you'd know that they were unstoppable. Okay, so there's more. It gets like really wild and full sometimes, and this is an example of that. I brought out my Posca pens for the first time in a while, and I have them over here. I moved them to my desk, and that means that I have been using them more because if it's not like within hand's reach, I kind of just forget it exists. So yeah, I brought them out, and I think you can tell that I remembered that they existed for the first time in a while, and then I combined that with pencil crayons to produce this mess. Also collage. This is the first video you've seen by me. Mixed media. You're gonna pick that up pretty fast. But yeah, mixed media is my jam. These were a couple doodles I did with my friends, like really thick red marker. And yeah, so I kind of just started the page with these doodles, and then I was like, what do I do now? Because my theme is kind of just like these really full pages. So I went in with the background, blocked it out with marker, blocked it out with colored pencil, whatever. And yeah, these are doodles I did from my Q&A when I hit 1K. Thank you guys. That's been a while. That was a couple months ago. But yeah. So I stuck them here. I was like, I'll integrate them somehow. And I did. I do my separate doodles on this like Excel sketchpad. I have it over here. Who am I kidding? Within reach. I mean, you could also just use some other piece of paper, but yeah. Just straight piece of paper, cut it out. Plopped it on, and that's what a lot of my collage stuff is with. This is collage paper that I painted myself. This is one of the first times I've been drawing from reference. I barely ever do that. I think this is one of the only examples of that in this, so yay. Yeah, but it's just like a statue head. And yeah, the Posca's come back, you can tell. And more Posca. So yeah, these 2 are just kind of like character spreads. I like fade in and out of character art. I think I might try to do like a separate sketchbook where I can just like practice like bodies and stuff, because they're not as fluid as I would want them to be. And I'm still like practicing my sense of proportion and all that. So yeah, these are just some designs overall. This is supposed to kind of look like a medieval knight, but he's wearing oven mitts, so really he has no idea what he's doing. And yeah, this is another one of those. Some of these are collage, like this is cut out, and I think this is cut out too. I like how I can't even tell, and this is my own sketchbook. Some of these are cut out, some of these are drawn on. I have a video where I drew this. It was a draw with me. I think that was what it was titled. That's so helpful. This is probably the thumbnail though. And I kind of just, so yeah, if you want to see the process of that, then check that out. I had one thing on my mind that day, and it was just like lines. So yeah, this is more character stuff, just like a character design spread thing. I'm so good at describing things. Yeah, here's just a page with some butterfly wing designs. The Posca comes back, it always does. And yeah, this was a page that I think I showed in my tips to fill your sketchbook video. I showed this, saying that it was like based on the tip it was an example for my last tip where I combine like different aspects of photos. So yeah, I had a photo of blueberries, had a photo of flowers, and then I just sort of made a spread out of it. And that's that. And there's these two cuties. An apple. I thought this was really, really vivid and really, really bright, but wait until later and then I'll compare them with the other example and you'll see. You'll see. But yeah, oh yeah, I kind of continued this sort of theme. This is what I was talking about, but it is adjacent to this. Yeah, strawberries. Another character. I kind of just based it off of, I don't know if it was like a Tumblr thing or like a Twitter thing, but I found it on Pinterest. I have a mixed relationship with Pinterest because like, yeah, everything's there, but everything is leached off of elsewhere. So I don't know how to feel, but it's like the first person saying, do you mind if I eat a grape before buying it? And then the reply being, you could burn the store down and I wouldn't care. And it's kind of just like customer service worker, like tired customer service worker who's just like, I'm not paid enough. I'm not paid enough to care. I have no life left in me. So yeah, kind of based off that. And yeah, at the cash register. Self-explanatory. Grapes. Yes. Oh yes, and this was made with alcohol markers. I also have a video on this. It's like a late night cozy sketch with me type video. That's a bit of a theme that I'm doing unintentionally. But this is one of those. My sister said it kind of reminded her of The Little Prince, and I love that actually. These are from the Q&A, and I put them in here because I had empty space. This can't really fit on the screen. This is a struggle, active struggle. But yeah, I used alcohol markers in this, and it's like the one thing that this sketchbook cannot hold. And it bled through here because you can see like the yellow and the gray. That was like a bit of the yellow, but I don't know. And yeah, this is a abstract collage thing. When I first started making it, I made this apple because I thought I was going to do something representational, and then I was like, you know what, I want to do something like this, and just something took over me, and I did that. I have a video of this, and I was rewatching it, and it also just doesn't make sense. If my explanation doesn't make sense, then this also doesn't make sense. I haven't posted the video because the footage is somewhere deep, lost. I could actively look for it. If you guys want to see that video, put it in the comments and I will search for it. I've tried searching for it. I spent half an hour and then I was like, you know what, is it even worth it? So yeah, I'm not sure if the footage still exists, but it could be somewhere. So I don't think I looked hard enough. But yeah, this is based off of a final illustration I did. You'll know which one it is if you've been there. If you've looked, you should check it out. But yeah, this was one of the first sketches of these characters that I was kind of experimenting with. And if you like this, you might like the final piece. And if you don't like this, then you might also like the final piece because the final piece is better. So yeah. These are, I don't know, how do I introduce these? Like surreal pots, let's just say. And yeah, I have these sort of like vine things. It's like a motif that I've been repeating quite a bit. I drew them here and then I drew them again here. I don't know why, they've entranced me. So yeah, let's just leave it at that. And yeah, my friend gave me their pen to try out. And I was like, yeah, what do I draw? So I just drew lines. And yeah, I just kind of made the spread around it after. This is collage. This isn't. This is the page. This is collage here. And yeah, overall it's kind of cute for someone who didn't know what they were doing. So yeah, kind of motifs of like surreal architecture, objects. That's kind of my jam. Creatures, this thing. And this is another character design. I don't know, these shapes are like really, really interesting to me. So then I took these shapes and I drew this thing. And I guess, I don't know, maybe it's because I drew this the night before I went to bed, woke up, drew this. So I don't know if there's some sort of connection with that, but we'll see. So yeah, kind of a bit more abstract. I'm kind of getting into abstract art. I don't know. I was a bit of a hater, but I'm trying not to hate anymore. I'm trying to love. And these two are more abstract stuff, let's just say. I don't know, these kind of look like flowers to me. They kind of look like vines also, or like some sort of tubes. And yeah, this was just more random stuff. And then this, I was like, okay, so I did these shapes and I did these shapes. And I was like, what if I just do line? And then this came out. This is, oh, okay, wait. sometimes I do a couple pages and then I work a bit backwards. So I did this thing first because Artex sent me their acrylic marker set to try out. So I did this in a video of that, so go check that out if you like, where I tried these markers for the first time. And then I went back and I used them here. I skipped these two spreads because I wasn't sure if they were going to bleed. They did not. The only things that have bled in this sketchbook are the alcohol markers, honestly. But yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to stay in the back page, so I skipped two, drew that there, went back, used the same markers again because I have them, so I'm going to use them. Plus, I kind of just have them on my desk, so it's kind of like the same thing with the Posca pens. They're just there, so I'm more inclined to use them. They're like really easy to just reach out and just draw. And that's what I did here. Yeah, it's kind of just the same idea of this one, like this sort of abstracted bird-ish motif, like a bird plane, bird aeroplane, airplane bird, plane bird. And this one I was just kind of thinking along the same lines because I'm not fully happy with this, and I was like, abstract bird, another abstract bird. So it's kind of just bird wings, and then it has a tail over here. I don't know. Yeah, this is just more abstract stuff. This was supposed to be a fish at first, but then I was like, I don't like it as a fish, and it slowly turned into another bird. So I think I just like birds. And then I drew this, which I do like more, and this specific shape of bird comes in again later. So yeah, I started with this one, drew this one, and I'll draw the one later, and I'll come back to tie this all in. So yeah, different style of bunny, but yeah. This was the first one I did. I think you can probably tell because it's very stiff. It's just in place. And then I drew this one, and I was like, okay, wait, I need more motion. What are the shapes I'm working with? And then I sort of just drew them over and over again until I sort of made it more fluid. So yeah, I like this process overall. And this page is again the Artex markers, and it's a tree. It's just a surreal tree. And then this page was from, I have a video on the process of this. It's like another like cozy draw with me with the Artify brushes that they sent me for free to try out if I like them, and I did like them. So I used them here, and then I also posted the video. So if you want to see the process for this, you can check that out. Yeah, overall, this sort of like statue motif where it's like crying into like a bowl that it's holding and then the tears fall out is like, I painted this in preparation for an illustration that I was going to do after for my final like illustration class. I'm an illustration major. How many times can I say illustration? 10,000. And yeah, I was just trying out this specific concept in my sketchbook just to see how it turned out, trying out some colors. And overall cute. If you want to see the other final illustration, same sort of idea, same sort of character, you can check out my Insta for that. So more stuff. This one, I don't know, I just felt like drawing a hand. I was like, I don't feel like I draw hands enough, so let's draw a hand. And I was kind of just referencing my own hand, but then I realized that I was referencing this hand because I'm right-handed. So I was drawing and I was like, oh, wait. And then I sort of just had to reposition some things, but then I kind of ruined the background while I was trying to take the thumb off and insert it on the other side. So yeah, I colored it in one color. But yeah, I struggled so long drawing nails on fingers, and it's like something that's like really, really specific. But then I just started drawing them as like squares or like rectangles, and that immediately solved that issue. They like don't look weird anymore, and I can draw nails on fingers now. So I don't know, maybe try that out if you're struggling. And this is tiger/lion ? I don't know, I was just like, wow, I've never drawn a tiger or a lion. And then I sort of just drew this, and I was like, I mean, without reference, so I don't think it's very accurate. But I like the face a lot. Like my sister said, it kind of reminded her of like a Voltron. If you guys watch that show. It killed me inside, but you should watch it. This is also using the acrylic markers. I don't know, this color, okay, wait. This page overall is like more of an abstract page, these two pages, because just because it's kind of just piquing my interest more. So I was like, I kind of want to do something more abstract. And this color is so fluorescent, like when you just put it down on the page, but I kind of just realized the more and more you layer, the more and more the colors just kind of refuse to work together. So I don't know, I would probably do this with more planning, like if I were to do like an actual final illustration with it, because like this is the same pen and the same color, but it just kind of refused to work after a bit and refused to like be as dark. And I was like, I'm not fighting with it. It's in my sketchbook, it's fine. Plus I kind of like the texture, so yeah. And then this is the same sort of thing. These are the acrylic markers, and then I also use Tombow markers on top, which are water-based markers that I also love dearly. Just because I haven't mentioned them a lot doesn't, like in this section, doesn't mean that I haven't been using them. I have. They're also in a lot of these spreads, just like implicitly in these spreads. Also, I feel like it just goes without mention. I don't think I can have a spread without them. Yep, and this is colored pencil. So colored pencil, acrylic paint pens, Tombow markers. Yeah, in these past few pages, I haven't really been doing a lot of collage, if you've noticed, and collage is usually my thing. So I do find that interesting too. Like I've had all of these pages where I just, not these, where I just haven't collaged, and that will continue for a while. But I think it's interesting to just like, you know, get new obsessions. And speaking of new obsessions, my new one is colored pencil. It started here and it will continue for the next couple pages. So this one is the same birdfish, fish sea that you saw before. So this was the one that started as a fish. Drew this, I was like, huh? And then it turned into that. So I kind of just took off like the angular cut and instead made it more loose and flowy. And I was also thinking about how some specific animals have like circles on their sides to kind of, or like closer to the back to like mimic, to make predators think that those are their eyes, so that they'll think that the prey is always watching them, but it's just like a pattern. So yeah, I kind of just put that on top because of that. Because it's cool, okay? Animals are cool. And the black Tombow marker here, you could probably see between this page and this page that it has lost so much. But yeah, this is the same sort of statue motif that I mentioned before with this. Nope. Hello? This one. Using the colored pencil again, dark background to cut it out. And all that jazz. Colored pencil again. I told you it was a phase, and I think this proves that. So yeah, I kind of just, I think went into a trance is the best way to describe this, where it's just a pattern of apples, a pattern of stars, and that's what it is. That is what has been given to us. And yeah, I kind of just drew these big apples too. I think, yeah, I said earlier I would go back compared to these. Like, this is definitely a lot duller. And I didn't really notice until I did this and added all, because I layered so much colored pencil and used a lot more vibrant colors, and then I went back and I was like, oh no. I don't know. I've had people tell me they like this one more still. I don't know, I guess it's just like personal preference. And now the fish. Colored pencil again. Dark background again. This is the last page that my marker survived, and then it went on to the spirit world, so they're pretty cool. I never really layer colored pencil like that, so I think it's interesting that I did this. I was like, because usually I just do it like this, where it's some colored pencil to sort of fill in with the actual page, but this was like actual like layers on top of layers on top of layers, and like blending and all that. So I kind of just used that idea here. And then these are emotionless, but I was just kind of practicing portraits overall. A lot of them went further than portrait. So yeah, I was kind of just practicing like my pencil character stuff. I was kind of just more interested in like design and proportion. So that's just what I was doing here. I wasn't really focused on emotion. That's why they're all kind of just blankly staring into the void. So this is again the same motif as this, which is the same motif as the other one, but this idea like occupies my mind. But yeah, drew it here, drew it with some like columns and like random ominous spheres because we need more of that really. And yeah, dark background, not the black because that marker has left this world. This was, I was drawing in the car and I was like, what do I draw? This was like, it's based off of a charm that not a charm, it's like a little knitted, weaved, weaved like charm that's like a circle. I like how I'm doing this like you guys don't know what a circle is, but yeah, kind of looks like this, kind of doesn't. I don't really like directly referencing things. That was what a sentence. This one was more successful. This one is probably like the worst one on this page. It got out of hand completely. I was trying to do the blending thing that I did before with the apples and the fish, and it just wasn't working out. Then I drew these, and these are probably my favorite because they're not too heavy. It's like the color stops at the perfect time, and I just think it's an interesting application. It's kind of just blocking in the colored pencil. These I did very late at night, and I think you could probably tell. I had this idea of like a tree that was, I don't know, it was just kind of breaking down the tree into the shapes, but the shapes don't all connect. So it kind of just implies that this is the shape of like the leaves or shrubbery or whatever around the tree, but it's not actually really connected to anything, but it is implied. And then these are sort of just valves. Like it kind of looks mechanical and it kind of looks like a tree, and that's sort of what I wanted. So yeah, ominous. This was, I think, crayon majorly and marker at some points. The marker, the water-based marker, resists the crayon quite a lot, so that's sort of why you get this interesting texture here, but I do like that. And then the parts that are more solid, that's acrylic paint pen. That went pretty nicely on top. Yeah, and then this one over here is just another page to go with it. Again, like sort of surreal trees. This is a lyric over here. And yeah, I was sampling the colors, but then I kind of just, I did that before I added in the writing, so this color is nowhere to be seen. Great. And then these two pages are a mess. They're like just general like collage pages, I guess. That was like sort of my motif, is to do like a collage page that's sort of just cut into multiple different parts, and I just fill it in as different individual segments. So this I ripped out of an old sketchbook I never finished because I liked it and no one can stop me. And this was just sort of a breakdown of one of these rabbits, I guess. I don't know, it doesn't have arms, it's just the top and the bottom, but you can't really tell which way is which. It's labeled heart, intestine, kidney. Overall, just a blob. And yeah, this is probably one of my favorite sketches ever. And yeah, I just have this little like village type thing over here. Another lyric. Yeah, the same trees as before. I just kind of like these shapes, I think. I like trees. I think that's it. This was so funny to me because it was so late at night, and it was so funny because just like look at that face. And then I don't know, I looked at it again in daylight when I was sane, and I was like, what is this? Who is this? Why? This was another one of the doodles from my Q&A, because there can only be so many. And this was based off of 2 photos my friend sent me of, there was this bird with this clip in its hair, and there was this cat that was standing exactly like this. So I drew them a rendition where they're friends and they're wearing matching sweaters. And I think the cat was wearing this heart sweater, so I put it on the bird too, and then I drew it and I sent it to her. So that's what that is. This one is not a manifestation of my mind. Okay, and things get looser. This was still somewhat organized. This dissolves into disaster. So I'm gonna start here. This was just colored pencil on top of colored pencil, on top of acrylic paint, marker, on top of Posca, on top of collage. Like I had leftover paper from when I cut these letters out, and I just put it there because no one can stop me. And then I drew these grids on top to put in some sort of semblance of order, really, genuinely. Oh, there's some Tombow marker in there because obviously. And yeah, that's what that is. This is... I think this is also pretty self-explanatory. Colored pencil, Tombow marker on top, blocked in a darker background. This was Posca in the border. Oh, this is just like a side idea for a side plot for a side story where it's basically like these all the rabbits in this specific area they're not turned mechanical, but their eyeballs are literally just switched out for cameras. So that's why you have the square that kind of mimics a camera, like when it's recording. Sorry if that is grim. But yeah, this is a landscape sort of sketch with just like micron on paper. This is Tombow marker in the background. Some of it smudged in specific areas because I didn't paint it. Like I didn't do the yellow layer before, I did it after. And I'm a bit impatient, so some of it started running. But yeah, I think I kind of want to do more of these like sort of environmental designs. I think they're pretty cool. Also, I don't feel like I work in ink a lot, like just like micron and stuff like that, but I kind of want to get back into that also. And that's where this page comes in, where I do bring back the micron. This is just, I don't know, like a window. It's sort of like a sculpted window design, and then these are like long glass panels that would be beside it. And the orange continues. This one, it's literally just like a plant that comes out of this like vase. And yeah, it's sort of mimicking the same idea of like surreal plants that I was working with here. But instead of the idea that it suggests the shape, it literally makes the shape. So all like the branches and whatever connect to make this sort of square that sort of alludes to like a stereotypical tree shape. And this is just a collage page with acrylic marker and like pencil crown on top. So a lot of it is just construction paper that I just cut out and threw on. And it's sort of also kind of trying to like visually allude to like the same shapes as like branches, because this is kind of like a branch, this is kind of like a branch. These could be fruit, who knows. Here I used the colored pencil again, combining it with like the Tombow marker to make the actual shape of the tree. The tree I used a light shade, so it didn't really do that, but I felt like it still needed some sort of differentiation from the background, so I went in with like a micron and did all of these like thin lines in the background that took a while to do, but overall pretty cool. And it did what I wanted it to do. So yeah, this is all colored pencil. The star shapes come back. And they come back here too. These are supposed to be more like textile designs, sort of what I was thinking when I made this. More textile designs. I don't know what these would be for. I kind of just thought that they remind me of like shields for some reason. I say for some reason, they are literally shield shaped. This page, this was blank. This is transferred from this, which picked up from the page underneath. But I kind of like it. I don't know why. But yeah, this is just more of the concept that I had before, the sort of like statue figures that just keep coming up for some reason. That is them. I kind of just wanted to do like a face in close-up, and the stars are in the eyes now. And then here I drew a hand and the stars are in the hand. This is one of the last spreads, so it's just kind of like this explosion at the center of the page, and it just sort of envelops everything. It has colored pencil, like water-based marker, acrylic marker, the Posca pens, I don't know, everything, Tombow markers, just layers and layers of stuff. Oh, and I hate drawing on the page before the last, because it doesn't even really open properly. It's just kind of annoying. So I just drew the star shapes again. The end. And then here is the end date, April 19th, 2024. And that's it. Yeah, it's so weird. I've had this for a year and I'm just like holding it, and it just feels like it shouldn't be done. Maybe I'll flip through all the pages so far. that we've had for this section. But yeah, longest sketchbook tour yet. If you haven't seen any of the other sections and you were curious, go check them out. I have a video on this page. You should check out my Insta also, because I also post sketchbook stuff on there, usually before they're posted here. I also have a video of this. Could have a video of that. So yeah, make sure to check out my other sketchbook stuff, sketchbook videos, process stuff. It's kind of my brand. Have a video of this. And yeah, if you like this video, like it and comment and subscribe maybe to support this channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys around after I finish this. And yeah, I need to find another sketchbook to start. To put this away finally. Like, it doesn't even like wait, let me try to close this. Like, it's actively fighting back. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you've gotten this far in the video, do something. Bye.